Hi everyone, hope you are doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, in 2012, the late President Mwai Kibaki banned the importation of GMO food products into this country. And this ban was done after a proper research was done as far as the side effect of this food was concerned in human being bodies and even animals. But yesterday, on Monday, October 3, President William Samoei Ruto has lifted this ban after chairing a cabinet meeting, which actually approved this. And that means that Kenya is now free to import food and even seedling from the genetically modified foods and seed into this country. And this is what the president posted after that meeting. Let us go through it, and then we are going to analyze to understand really where are we heading to as a country. We are adopting emerging and new alternatives to farming that will ensure early maturity and more production of food to cushion millions of Kenyans from potential famine. At the State House, Nairobi chaired a cabinet where, among other issues, approved the cultivation and the importation of new maize variety and lifted the embargo on the commercialization of Bacillus thuringiensis, BT in bracket, cotton. That is the post he did, and you can see the cabinet team there. Of course, this is a team that was appointed by Uhuru Kenyatta. That means William Ruto's cabinet is yet to start working. So Ruto, as of now, is working with a cabinet that was appointed by Uhuru Kenyatta, the team that is going home. And remember, out of this team is only 2 people who have been suggested for nomination. And the rest of the team is going home. But this is the team that now have sat down with William Ruto to approve a substance that was rejected. It was banned by a decree by a retired president. Now, Kenyans, what does this one mean for us as a country? And why Ruto has hurriedly lifted this ban? Is it because there's no food in this country, really? Is it because they want to cushion farmers? Or what is the real issue behind this? We want to look deeper into that. But just a quick request, you might be watching this channel, but you're not subscribed. So my humble request, please consider subscribing so that another time, once we release a video like this one, you will always get notified. And by the way, a decree to ban GMO food into this country was after the Minister for Public Health, Beth Mugo, who cited the study by a French university that linked cancer in rats to the consumption of GM food. That was April, somewhere there, in 2 years earlier. But now remember one thing. Not long ago, in 2022, somewhere April there, the US President Joe Biden protested Kenyans' ban on GMO food into this country. The current president of US. Because according to him, Kenya was now blocking US from doing business in Kenya. So the issue was Kenya has to lift that ban so that now they can trade, because that is what they are planting, that is what they are producing, and they see a market in Kenya. 4 months to the general election. Now, if Raila was going to take over power from President Uhuru Kenyatta, because that's the man that the president was campaigning for, and Uhuru Kenyatta, when he came to power, Kibaki had already banned this food. So he never approved it. But again, there was still a problem in Kenya of course, we could not manage to have sufficient food in the country. Remember, in 2013 during campaign, not 2013, 2017 during campaign, there was the issue of price of flour. It was very high, it was skyrocketing. But Uhuru even never went further to uplift this ban so that at least they can bring enough food and people will vote for him. He never did that. That means he was serious about that ban. Besides this, there was 2017 general election. Not 2017, 2022. Yeah, juicy too. Instead of Uhuru Kenyatta, really, if there was no serious issues with this kind of product into the country, Uhuru angeenda to lift that ban so that he can allow this product into the country because they are cheap, and again you can produce food within 2 or 3 months. Because these are genetically modified food. 2-3 months you have food. If this was safe product into this country, Uhuru and lift that ban and we would have food in this country rather than bringing in subsidy food which was costing billions of shillings. Because Uhuru was not convinced. According to him, this product have serious side effect which will cause problem to poor Kenyans who cannot afford medical. In fact, cancer is one of the highest killer diseases in the country. It is the most expensive disease to cure in the country, with the highest bill in the hospital. Uhuru never went that direction. Remember, Raila Odinga was saying the good things Uhuru has done, he will continue with them, but where he got wrong, he was going to correct. This was some of the good things. Raila was not going to lift this ban because he knew the side effect. And what does it mean? There is a possibility that US, maybe somewhere, they were negotiating with William Ruto. We help you get to power and then you are going to lift this ban. This could be one of the agreement Ruto went into with the US government. And now he is here to implement this agreement even before he take over with his new cabinet. Look at that. Look at that. And you see, Ruto, the issue is that Kenyans' problem is not about quantity. It's about quality also. Because you might bring in food in large quantity, but then it end up like the killer of the people. Then you make life more expensive because even these people might not afford medical. So you better champion for organic food. Watu wengi hawatakuwa wagonjwa, kwa hivyo kustahimili mambo ya matibabu itakuwa rahisi kwa sababu hata watu they are eating natural food. I mean, no much chemicals. Now this food, when it reacts with the body cells, the cells will start to behave abnormally. And when the abnormalities comes in, that's how cancer comes in. As simple as that. So in my view, I feel, because US was complaining and Ruto has already implemented this thing, it means it's agreement with them. That shows that they were up to something. There was a deal and it's just accomplishing the deal that he had with the US. Hawa watu waliambia Wakenya kwamba they are going to lower the cost of life into this country, cost of basic commodities, the food, because that's the biggest problem here. But now, when they came in, they are telling Kenyans they found the treasury empty. Hiyo ndio mambo Gachagua amekuwa akifanya. And by the way, that is causing more damage even to their government. I will do a separate video to explain to you how Rigathi Gachagua is even damaging Uhuru Kenyatta administration as far as the issue of finance is concerned. Kwa sababu anaongea kila siku mambo ya tulipata hakuna dola kwa reserves. I will explain in another video. But that was just a by the way. So these people have made every Kenyan to believe that Uhuru simply left with everything. So they have no money. But Ruto is also desperate to fulfill the promises he gave to Kenyans during campaign. Alisema nini? He will lower the basic commodities in this country. What is the problem here? What wanahitaji unga? As we are speaking now, maize and wheat, they are going now to do GMO farming. And with that, we have solved the biggest problem here as far as food is concerned. But now we go to the quality and the side effect. So you bring in US to come and destroy Kenyan people health in the name of providing affordable food. Look at that. And that's how far Ruto is going. Remember, Ruto said that he was prayed into victory. And that's why some of the Azimio la Umoja leaders are saying that they will not even oppose his government. But I want to tell you, if people will not put Ruto on toss, we will end up destroying the whole nation. We are heading to a wrong direction. If this is the product they want to bring in the country, a product that was banned some years ago. In fact, look as of now, how many Kenyans are suffering from cancer? In fact, cancer has become a top killer in Kenya. And remember, this product was in the country before. So because people were suffering, you have to check how is it coming, as which result. Check into that. And that's exactly what the Kibaki administration did. With a proper research, they made a decision. But Ruto is using Uhuru Kenyatta's cabinet to force things here. And then the blame will go to this cabinet. It will not go to his cabinet. So he will, when people will start complaining, he will shift the blame to the outgoing cabinet. But we know, when the president wants something, he will force it. Watu wamekuwa forced into coming out with that decision. Sorry for the disruption. Now, this outgoing, this is what I was saying. This outgoing cabinet, Akina Matiang'i and the team, you see, Ruto is sharing their photos here. So he will be using that to say that it is this team that approved this. And to prove you that when it will come to the issue of shifting blame, actually, look on what Miguna is tweeting. This is what he said. Genetically modified food and seed are not good for human beings. They can be good for African in general and Kenyans in particular. I have a huge issue with the Uhuru Kenyatta's primitive cabinet approving GMOs. You see, already is shifting a blame to this outgoing cabinet. It has started. But then who was chairing that meeting? Why is he not shooting direct to William Samoei Ruto, a man who has already chaired the meeting? Why is he shooting on the people who are outgoing, people who have no control on this government, people who have just been forced to do things here? He should be blaming a man who has been elected by Kenyan people to take over the leadership, the commander-in-chief. Not these people. Blame should not go to anyone here apart from William Ruto, who has been given a mandate by Kenyans. He also has powers to reject signing into that agreement bill. He has power to refuse signing. If he will sign, and the way he's talking, it means he's going to approve it. If he will approve it, then Miguna should know that blame is going to William Ruto, but not these people. But then we have seen their plan. Thank you. See you in the next video. And may good God bless you. Let us meet in the comment section.